Well, Ivan Toney to Man United transfer hints have been dropped by journalists, and we are gonna really see what exactly it's gonna be like. And we are gonna talk about a man known as Lingard finally signing for a team in South Korea. It shows you how things can change rapidly and how Man United went ahead to ruin the career of this lad, who is an academy graduate at the club of Man United. And we are going to pinpoint a lot when it comes to that story about Lingard, on him signing for a team in South Korea, on how the bad leadership at the club of Man United has gone ahead to cost the club of Man United very many times. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's see close to 200 likes. Smash this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, it's really very important to note that this side of Man United is really looking in for a striker, and Anton Martial is really one of those that has gone ahead to be really shortlisted to be really on that exit door of Manchester United. The Lord God is great and Allah is great. And don't forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Then Erik ten Hag has made signing a proven forward a top priority in the summer. That is it. And it has been told to us by David McDonnell. He works for the Daily Mirror and Football Mirror and is a correspondent for the club of Manchester United. We all know that amongst the very many signings that Manchester United are going to make in the summer, a centre forward is really key. Why? Manchester United is having only one centre forward in the names of Rasmus Højlund, and Anton Martial, who would have gone ahead to be as a second striker, is really having injuries. Trust me, if Anton Martial would keep himself fit, Ten Hag would have been okay with those two forwards at Man United, because he was impressed on instant when he obviously made Anton Martial, but he went ahead to obviously lose. He went ahead to lose a lot when it came to the levels of really seeing him being unfit. And we saw to it that this guy has been unfit for all of his time ever since we went ahead to score those very many goals at Man United. That season he scored 23 goals. That was the season of 20. That was the season of 2020. That was the season of 20. Season of 2019-2020, that's when Anton Martial went ahead to score his record number of goals at the club of Manchester United. Ever since then, he broke down because because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played him when he was injured, and he broke down. That is it. So ever since then, he has never gone ahead to be fit. Even when Ten Hag came in through and obviously gave him a chance to start, because the previous season Cavani came in through and Ronaldo, and they're really shadowing him. But when Erik ten Hag came in through and gave him a chance to lead that line, he couldn't. When he showed up, he was really good and great, but plays for like 3-4 games, he gets injured. Again, right now, however much Ten Hag has been playing him sparingly because of Rasmus Højlund's availability, this guy has found himself in a position of being very, very, very injury prone, and he's going to return towards the end of March. That is Anton Martial for you. So that is going to have to put United into a situation of really wanting to sign in a centre forward, and that centre forward is what Man United is really looking at to get in. And right now we have a story coming in through from Disco Mirror, and he has added and said Man United will not get drawn into a summer bidding war over Brentford's £100 million rated striker Ivan Toney. Erik ten Hag has identified Toney as a potential solution to Manchester United's goal drought, but Old Trafford Chiefs are unwilling to pay over the odds for him. Now, I don't really see Ivan Toney coming to Man United. I know there is a chance for him to come, but it has been proven that you rather spend £70 million on a player like Rasmus Højlund than going in for Ivan Toney. Trust me, if Ivan Toney was not on a ban, he would have gone ahead to go for like £70 million last summer. But why would we go ahead and really commit such a mistake we're going to hate obviously try out something, and it's going to hate obviously work out well. That is coming in through from the stats that Rasmus Højlund is going to hit obviously put up. Rasmus Højlund has 10 goals so far this season and 2 assists. Those are 12 goal contributions, and I tell you, he's going to score 20 goals this season. Now, if you can get in a player who is 20 years of age and can get you 20 goals a season as a forward, then why do you go in for proven strikers? That is the big question. I don't want us to go in for proven strikers, because I've always given people an example of Man City. Tell me a proven striker or an experienced striker that that Man City is really having. Erling Haaland is still a work in progress, though he has gone ahead to score 60 goals. That doesn't make him a complete striker. He's that age and is still learning. And at his prime of 25, 26, you're going to see a different kind of player altogether. But if at all a player can be able to deliver in his case, or in his due case of being the best guy in the world, then you have to go ahead and really get him. That's why I wouldn't like to see Man United spending 70 million pounds, 80, 100 million pounds on Ivan Toney. Age, 27 years of age. We can get in players like for 40 or 50 million pounds who are really good, and we'll let Rasmus Højlund be our lead striker. Trust me, I would love to see Rasmus Højlund be our lead striker at the club of Man United. And if at all you told me, who else do you think can come in through and really get that job done and dusted? I'll tell you that I'll go for Benjamin Šeško. That's one of those. There is Zikezi, who plays for Bologna in the Serie A. He's just 22, 23 years of age, and he has gone ahead to score very many goals. He's a better forward, and he is really very important, and he still has a lot to learn. He has a very good resale value, something that Ivan Toney doesn't get you. I don't really downplay the efforts of Ivan Toney, but I think Man United is past making signings like Ivan Toney. I know most of you love him, but I don't like his style of play. I don't take him as a talented guy. He's just a workaholic that has got the basics of the game right. To show you that teams in the English Premier League that want strikers are not going to obviously be onto him, you wait in the summer. They're going to be looking at players like Victor Osimhen. They're going to be looking at players like Vlahovic. They're going to be looking at players like Zikezi, Morayal. Those are the forwards that these teams are going to be looking at, So I wouldn't like to make such a signing. I'm sorry to say. If I've offended you, I'm sorry, but that's not a signing I would have gone ahead to want to make here at Man United. And I would obviously fancy a striker that can do the job and come in at the cheap. Look at Brian Brobby at Ajax. He's a very good striker. He's young. He still has that hunger to obviously produce at the highest levels. And he has worked with Ten Hag. He knows his system. And those are forwards I would love to see us spend a lot of money on. Like you said to it that we are going in for Olise. Olise is just 21 years of age. So I would love us to spend money on young players. Like you've gone ahead to see us spend money on Lisandro Martinez, Anthony. It failed, but sometimes you get in signings. But if at all the signings that Ten Hag is going to hate to make, only one is going to hate to flop, that's not a bad intake at him. Then look at the signings like Malacia. You get Mason Mount hasn't gone ahead to get in through, but I would rather go for a 70 million pound striker who is below 24 years of age. That is it. But for going in for Ivan Toney at 100 million pounds, I would go for Brighton. I'll go to Brighton and get in Evan Ferguson. That is it. I'll go in for those. I cannot go in for this guy. That is it. Because I think he's overrated. They're hyping him because he's an English forward, but he doesn't have a lot to add to the game, according to me. And I believe we need more and more and more and more of players who are really good and are really versatile. When you look at the players that Ten Hag really loves, I don't think that Ivan Toney will obviously come up top of the list of centre forwards that Man United will want. And I think INEOS will look better than that. And Rasmus Højlund is going to be taken as an example because he has come in through at the age of 20. Now he's 21. So far he has 12 goal involvements this season. I know the end of the season is going to be having like 20. That is Rasmus Højlund for you. So when he's having 20, that means he deserves a chance to be our lead striker. When you get in the likes of Ivan Toney, Vlahovic, Osimhen, you are denying him a chance to be the lead forward for the club of Manchester United. He is going to have to prove to you that he can do the job. It's better to get in a Broby, to get in what's the name of that guy? Suzuki, Morial, those forwards, the Benjamin Sheshkos of this world that are going to come in through and really feel like playing 30 minutes every game is not bad. But I wouldn't like to see us getting in a player who is going to really bench Rasmus Højlund. I wouldn't like that. Rasmus Højlund, in his age, no striker is better than him in the world, and he deserves that chance to be the frontman or the talisman for the club of Manchester United. And let's not deny him his chance. He has gone ahead to come in through without a preseason. He has proven to us that he can score those goals, and he needs that chance. Ivan Toney, for me, I don't want him. I'm sorry to say, but I'd love to see your reactions into the comment section below on whether you love to see Ivan Toney at the club of Man United or not. Then let's go to the former United Academy graduate who went ahead to move the world. Jesse Lingard has signed for South Korean side FC Seoul on a 2-year deal. Very, very saddening for everyone who knew what this guy was capable of doing. If I told you went ahead to see this guy play at Man United when Louis van Gaal gave him his debut, he went ahead to feature very well. And when Jose Mourinho came in through, he was one of the reliables that he went ahead to obviously best on. But the coming in of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saw him drop deep into the pecking order to an extent that he pushed for a loan to West Ham. His loan to West Ham worked out very well, and this player, that was in the season of 2021-2022. That is it. I think it was the season of 2020-2021. For the first, I think he made the January transfer. He signed in 2021 for West Ham in January for 6 months. He went ahead to score very many goals and put up very many assists to an extent that he was obviously going to be taken to the Euros. Then later, he returned at Man United, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to keep him. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked and this guy was not getting ample playing time, West Ham and Newcastle put £30 million on the table to sign Jesse Lingard, and the board of Man United said no. Yet they knew the player was going to leave on a free. And I asked myself, why wouldn't we get in that £30 million and obviously got ourselves ready for the summer transfer window? Because we all know that we were £30 million short of signing Cody Gakpo, and Ten Hag wanted Cody Gakpo. And I want to inform you that if I told you I went ahead to get in Cody Gakpo in the January transfer window of 2023, our season would have gone ahead to be a totally different one. And remember, we wanted to sign Cody Gakpo before even the January transfer window knocked on the door. That's why we signed Anthony and we couldn't get in Cody Gakpo. But if we had gone ahead to sell Jesse Lingard in January to West Ham and he never went out for free, would have gone ahead to get in more £30 million to finance the deal of Cody Gakpo. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. It's really saddening that he's playing football that side, yet we thought that he could compete at the levels of the Premier League. That is it. So I call upon your reactions of Ivan Toney to Man United transfer hints, and what do you make about Jesse Lingard joining FC Seoul in South Korea, and how the board of Man United went ahead to obviously torment his career. If they had gone ahead to allow him to go to Newcastle in 2021 January, I think would have gone ahead to be competitive. I'll sign out. See you later.